Hello, hello. Hang on. Let me just quickly replay the first resub from Flight Sim Dad. Thank you so much for the 34 months. Let me just replay that. And welcome everyone. Mark, hello to you. Long time no see. Right, I need to change that actually.
Welcome aboard
Properties.
the Captain Blackbox Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Did you guys hear that alert? Was that
Have
okay?
an awesome flight, Captain.
Yeah, I hope you guys heard that. Hey, forward, good. V Chris, nice to see you as well. Hey, how you doing? Guys, can you hear the alerts? Do you hear them? Okay, yeah, Goat Friend, thank you so much.
Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Thanks for the feedback.
Could new subscribers please
Quiet.
make your
Okay,
way
let
to
me
the
let me
first class cabin, where complimentary drinks,
dial that
snacks
up.
and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
That should be a bit louder now at the end, yeah.
Time for the long hauls. Good luck.
TV Revenger, thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. Big round of applause. I hope you're doing well. And V Chris, yes. I wouldn't miss to hear all the news. Yeah, lots of news. Yeah, you're right. So big thank you to Flight Sim Dad,
Welcome
TV
aboard
Revenger.
the Captain Blackbox Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
And H&B7, nice to see
Hey,
you too.
how's it going?
How's it going? Going well. And B, thanks so much. And where are you? What are you up to? Long time no hear. I hope you're doing well, first of all. Thank you so much for that. Thank you very much. Right, let's see who else is here. Already got a hype train going. Thank you so much for that. As always, thanks for the amazing support. Flight Sim Dad, yeah, I had to switch to Twitch only again because Twitch kind of threatened to ban streamers that are dual streaming. It's a horrible story, but yeah, I made a big announcement, a little poll on my Discord. And yeah, the overwhelming opinion was that I should continue on Twitch. So yeah, it's. I apologize for that kind of hick hack, as we say in Germany. But yeah, that's just unfortunately the way it goes. Forward, ich hoffe dir geht's gut. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, exactly. So type rating 787. You can see the top right corner there. 4 days. So.
Welcome aboard the Captain Blackbox Twitch channel subscriber experience.
There he is, Yoda.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class
Yoda,
cabin,
yeah,
where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Wow, 46, wow. All the best for your Embraer top rating, Kappa.
You wish. You wish. No, not Embraer. Thank you so much, Yoda. Thanks for all the help that you do on the DCS channel as well. Thank you for your friendship and thanks for the support. I hope you're doing well, yeah. So yeah, so I hear you and Arthur Miko got something going with bicycle racing. Yeah. You missed the poll. Yeah, no worries. Andreas, moin. Dr. Fred, moin. Nice to see you too. Let's see who else is here.
Hello, Black.
Bon, and of course, Brennelt finally with a new PC setup. Big round of applause for that. I'm very happy, Brennelt, that you finally got that. Oh, really? Hang on. B, okay, so B, you need to private message me on that. Yeah, please do. Be interested to see what you're up to, yeah. Well, Yoda, I would see cycling as a hobby worthwhile spending money on. I mean, that's something to really improve your health. So yeah, why not? Yeah, Lido, we'll see. And hopefully they get it working properly. Good excuse, I'll take it. Well, there we go. You know, live from the best. Or
Welcome
learn
aboard
from
the
best.
Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served.
And V. Chris, thank you so much as well. Thank you, V. Chris.
So, from now no Boeing not going?
So, yeah, if it ain't Boeing, I am not going. Exactly. So, V. Chris, thank you for the 74 months. Blimey, that's such a long time as well. Thank you very much, V. Chris, again, for your friendship, for your help. Thank you so much. Right, yeah, so I can definitely say for sure I have had my last A320 flight yesterday. Yesterday I ended I've got to 11 years era on the A320, and I ended a 16 years era on the short haul. Hey MCK, good Abend. So it's been a long time on short haul, and yeah, 11 years on the A320, and before that I had about 4.5 years on the 737 as a captain as well. So yeah, and I got many questions. Hey FSC Chris, once again, guten Abend, ich hoffe dir geht's gut. I got many questions, mostly in that in the sense of, hey, you know, are you sad? You know, are you somewhat well, you know, emotional about leaving the A320? And well, I didn't know what to expect. So yesterday, well, there was something special happening yesterday as well, and I had actually one of my very dear friends actually fly along on the third last flight from Manchester back to Frankfurt, and he actually made a recording. Let me just see. We'll play that in a second. And so that was very special, first of all. And then, yeah, I had two last flights, obviously. Well, the very last flight was coming back from Praha to Frankfurt. And I didn't know what to expect because, you know, it's one of those things where you can always say, you know, oh, yeah, you know, I'll be very emotional, or I don't know, I don't really care. But I have to admit, I did not know what to expect, and in the end, it actually was as I wouldn't have expected it. So, weird thing was, I was not at all emotional about leaving the 320. Now, and I literally, I've had so many prior aircraft that I flew. You know, 737 as a first officer, jumbo jet as a first officer, 737 as a captain, and now A320 as a captain. And then the 737, the last flight of my 737 was very emotional for me. I remember that very vividly. That was definitely something that has stuck with me. Thank you so much for the hype train, guys. Big round of applause. Thanks for all the support. Much appreciated. Yeah, so I remember that very vividly, that the 737, leaving the 737 and moving on to the A320, that was definitely emotional. But yesterday, when I switched off the aircraft for the very last time, I mean, I definitely took the time to, because the aircraft was going to be standing around in Frankfurt for about 3 hours or something before the next flight, so we had to go cold and dark. And I was, I was then very consciously reading the securing aircraft checklist, or replying to the items, and then I consciously disconnected the external power at the end, getting it into cold and dark, and I just held in for a minute, thinking about, okay, so what's your feelings? So what's seriously saying again, this is the last time you've landed, last time you've switch off the A320, but no, not emotional at all for me. And I don't know exactly what it is. Hey TV, how you doing? I don't know exactly what it is, what led to that, because I can say that definitely A320 was a fantastic aircraft to work on. I have to say that the flight deck, the ergonomics, the reliability as well of the A320 was definitely excellent, really, really good. It's definitely the most ergonomic, the most reliable aircraft that I've worked on. However, as I've mentioned many, many times, hand flying the A320 for me, because I've flown, you know, the 737 and the 747 prior, and I've learned on conventional aircraft to learn to fly. It's literally a different thing on these conventional aircraft, where you know I'm connected differently to the aircraft. Here, the A320, no, I've never had a very emotional connection to it. Weirdly enough, that's just the way it is. You know, I can't pretend to love it, or you know, I'm just too, I guess, down to earth and too analytic to, yeah, to be emotional about the A320. Then I guess I am emotional about something else, though. That is leaving this absolute chaos. And here, actually, I have to be careful again not to get too emotional about this. What I have witnessed over the last, well, I mean, I would say since the pandemic, and even the pandemic was emotional, but what I've witnessed last year, this year, and especially the last 3 months was the absolute craziest, the most ridiculous and most pathetic things in aviation that I've never dreamed of having to go through. And I honestly hope that this will be fixed ASAP. And like I said, this is something I am emotional about, because I know it's not just me. You know, the colleagues I talk to, I've even had people from other airlines in the flight deck for a few minutes, and I talked to them. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter who you talk to, they will pretty much confirm what I've just said. And there's a report out today actually about pilot fatigue. So the European Pilots Association did a huge questionnaire and a kind of a poll on fatigue topic, and the results on that are hair-raising, and you know, confirming pretty much also partly of what I just said. So I can honestly say the reason why I'm extremely relieved, and the only way I would be emotional about leaving the A320 is because I'm leaving short range, and I can actually leave that behind. I cannot describe in words the relief I'm feeling today, not having to go through this BS anymore. Yeah, so now that era is behind me, so we're moving on. And again, there's something I'm excited about very much. New aircraft type coming up, an aircraft type I've never flown before. Brilliant. I am so excited about that. So yeah, Friday starts this Friday. So I will keep you updated on the streams, obviously, and then in the subscribe channel. If you don't know that yet, just tune in. So Icebert says, you know, I'm not emotional about leaving the A320 because I can fly the FENIX or the you know, the A320 add-ons. Well, yeah, and partly I guess it is, but yeah, I know. Yeah, Abbas for the win has gone to the Boeing 787 as well. Yeah, yeah, I need to catch up on him, on his opinion about it. Yeah. Well, Brennell, we'll see. You know, I've not gone into
Welcome aboard the Captain
looking at all
Black
of this,
Box
the
Twitch
systems
channel
at the moment.
Could new subscribers please
So
make your way to the
yeah,
first
I'll
class
see
cabin,
you know what it's all
where
about.
complimentary drinks,
But I've talked
snacks,
to a
and premium
pilot.
flight entertainment will be served.
There's a pilot
Thank you.
that's already transitioned.
Good evening at Black Box 711 and
The
chat.
Avenger.
Congratulations with your new airplane, Captain.
Avenger, thank you so much, and Avenger, thank you so much again for your amazing support here on the channel. I hope you're doing well. Yes, thank you. Yeah, excited. Like I said, I'm so excited, hyped about yeah, a new challenge, new aircraft type, new challenge. Well, MCK, you know, if you start to fly, learn to fly on the A320. So if the A320 is your first aircraft that you're lay your hands on as an airline pilot. I'm sure you love it. I'm sure you're going to get, you know, differently emotionally connected to that aircraft than I have. So I can only comment from my point of view. The only thing really, you know, that you will be getting your own opinion about is if you fly the aircraft for, you know, a couple of hundred hours in real life. You will know maybe at least a little bit what, or you know, you find out what I mean. Yeah, so for me, it's never been. I always felt it's not a conventional aircraft. I always felt there's always flight control computers manipulating the aircraft. It's just a different way of flying, right? It's not unsafe. Don't get me wrong. It's not unsafe. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just for me different, and for some reason I've never. Yeah, exactly, MCK. So I've never connected. And you know, and yesterday it actually confirmed it to me because I was not emotional at all about, yeah, leaving that behind me. Hey Danny, it's not the first time you've heard this. Yeah, I you know, it's kind of weird to talk about it this way, in this sense. And I know I will admit any day, and I've said it many times before, ergonomically, this has been the best aircraft I've worked on. So the cockpit layout, working short haul especially, you know, 3, 4, 5 sectors a day, this is brilliant. This is a lot less tiring than flying on a 737, in my opinion. You know, getting in and out of the flights of the seat, definitely a lot better than a 737. Yeah, Avenger, yeah, it is. In the end, it is a completely different way of flying the aircraft. So that's just the way it is. But also, let me say something. I'm deeply humbled by the fact that I've had the opportunity to fly these, you know, fantastic different aircraft. It's been a absolutely astonishing and fantastic career that I've been on. If I were given the opportunity to start again from the beginning, knowing I would go exactly through that career, I would do it any day. I would start again, definitely. Something you know, I've loved doing for such a long time. So yeah.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience.
Right, let's.
Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight infotainment will be served. Thank you.
Lewis Daniel, thank you very much to you as well. Almost a year now here on Twitch, and I guess it's been longer because I'm sorry that, you know, it doesn't log all of the months that you guys have supported me. Lewis Daniel, thank you so much. Big round of applause for that. Well, Brennels, I don't know. I think what I'll use the 787, maybe here in Microsoft Flight Sim with the VR goggles, because if you're using VR goggles, you can actually, you know, go around the flight deck and, you know, practice items. Oh, this is the thing. So actually, I'm actually going to be flying together with another captain or training together with another captain. So there's no first officers in our group with the type rating. So I'm going to have to learn both sides. So I've got to learn the FO items as well. And then in the simulator, what happens is that on a 4-hour shift, I'll be flying 2 hours as a captain or on the captain seat and 2 hours on the first officer seat. Yeah, that would be fun. Well, it's going to be a lot more learning, unfortunately, you know. But yeah, exactly, FO black box. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Don't know what to expect with that again. But it's not the first time that I've done this. So I remember that on the 737 also, I had to learn both sides, if you like. Oh, that's true. Yeah, perfect for shared cockpit. That's true. Yeah. And talking about shared cockpit, that will be interesting to see. Hopefully September, beginning of October.
Twitch channel subscriber experience.
If that is finally released.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin?
No, Brennel, unfortunately not. No.
The
thing is with these licenses. Hey Hayden, nice to see you. How are you doing? And Der Drehflüger.
Good evening.
Guten Abend, der Drehflügler. Love that name. Thank you so much for the 13 months of support. Twitch Prime coming in. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, so, you know, there's different license types. So I don't get a right-hand seat qualification, Brennell, just because I'm sitting on the right-hand seat in a simulator doesn't give me that qualification, because that qualification is more for the real-world flying, right? So no, it's just to go through the practice missions in the simulator. So if you're interested in the timeline of the training, so what happens first of all, I'll be well, think of it this way. So my electronic flight bag, my personal electronic flight bag that I have, has all the A320 stuff on it, the general laws, rules, regulations stuff, right? Performance calculators, etc., etc. So that will be deleted.
The fueling truck is on its way.
So the type A320 type
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel
will
truck
be
arrives
deleted,
and ask to do it.
and then I'll get all of the 787 documents and all the 787 commute-based training programs, etc., etc., all in that flight bag, and then I'll go off home for self-studying. So I'm going to have to go through the computer-based training programs. That's about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. And at the end of that phase,
are on their way.
I'm going to have to do a theory test. It's a multiple choice test about the 787 systems. Exactly. So the CBT is the first thing that you'll do. So learn all about the systems. And that's literally it, all about the systems. Then we do the theory test. Well, for me it is MCK. I'm happy with multiple choice. But the thing is, these questions are somewhat misleading sometimes. So, well, MCK, you can't put your level of of intelligence and knowledge, whatever, onto everyone else. So
the fuel truck arrives.
I'm glad we have multiple choice tests there. In the end, MCK doesn't really matter that much, because, I mean, if you're in the simulator, you go through your training, the instructor will know and notice if there's deficiencies, right? So if you don't know how the electric system works, or if you don't know how the hydraulic system works, the flight control system works, etc., he will notice that, or she will notice that. Hey, Airbus 05, how you doing? Nice to see you. So, there's one thing about going through CBT and then doing that written test on one hand, but in the end, you're going to have to prove your knowledge anyways. And if you miss some important things regarding system knowledge, you're going to fail your check rides. So, in the end, you're going to have to learn it, and you have to know it. So that's just the way it is. Yeah. So after that theory test comes the next phase, which will be a flat panel trainer section. I don't know exactly yet how many of those will be. I think it's about 4 missions, so 4 times 4 hour flat panel trainer missions. I'm not sure. Have you seen flat panel trainer setups yet? So literally, it's like 4 or I don't know, maybe 6 27-inch or 26-inch monitors,
Please use your
all arranged. So there's one monitor here, one monitor here, one monitor here, or maybe 2 monitors there, another monitor there, and maybe 2 or 3 monitors on the overhead panel. Touchscreen monitors, so all of these different monitors will replicate the 787 cockpit, and you will have another little screen on the side. So when you go through section, let's say electrics, you press the corresponding buttons, and you can see the effects it has on the systems. Same for flight controls, electronics, hydraulics, etc., etc. So it's pretty much on one hand learning the items. So you go through already the preparation items, the flows, etc., etc. So that already means you're going to learn for the next phase also. So that flat panel trainer means learning system components, and also then learning about procedures. Yeah, thank you, Danny. I would love that. Hang on, one of my moderators, can you please permit Danny to post a link? I'd love to have that, show you guys. Thank you, Yoda. Perfect. All right, let me show you guys then. So pretty much that. All right. So that's how this setup would look like. You see what I mean with the different monitor or the different screens, and on the side you have that. Yeah, Danny, exactly. Thank you, Danny. Thank you very much for that. That's really kind. So yeah, that's the setup, right? Yeah, that's already very good. I think the advantage with this is that Yoda, yeah. So this is expensive as a first-time setup. Obviously, I mean, you know, you wouldn't probably be able to afford it for your home, you know, usage. But let's say that setup is $50,000 or something. It's a lot cheaper running it, you know. So you don't have to do this in a full flight simulator, and that means that's why this setup is a lot cheaper in the end for a company to have it, you know, set up. So definitely a good thing there. Yeah. So once that phase is done, you then move on to the full flight simulator, because then obviously it's going to be another thing being fully immersed in the real flight deck, and hey Travis, what do you mean? What sims would you fly? It's going to be a 787 now for me next. So yeah. So then you go into the level D simulator, you know, full motion simulator, and then you continue then with the training, where you go through the flows, normal flows. You will then fly visual patterns, you know, basic air work, etc., etc. Then you go through approaches, yeah, you know, all kind of approach types, use of autopilot, etc., etc., low vis operation. So all the normal kind of whoa, MCK, what happened there? Yeah, and then once that phase is completed, you'll go to the last simulator phase, and that is the abnormal section.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box
Hey,
Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Acton 50. Dankeschön. Captain.
Captain. Thank you so much, Depechi. That's really kind for the 58 months. Good God. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for the kind words as well.
Boarding requested. Do you want a board crew?
No. There we go.
Passengers boarding starting.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, exactly. That's a good point, actually, Bruno. Hey, electronic checklist usage, right? So that's something, you know, you're gonna have to get used to. And yeah, with the abnormal section, then you go through all the failures, and then in the end, you will then have your check flight, and that's a standardized check flight that you do with the first officer from line. So in a normal crew setup, and yeah, when you pass that, you then have zero flight time training also in the simulator, full flight simulator. So you have you have to do at least 10 landings, but usually it's a bit more, 14, 16, 20 landings or something, you know, including crosswind landings, that sort of stuff. Yeah, and then that's it. You're going to have some more theory, like emergency training for the cabin. Then you have first aid training. You have what we call a hands-on.
Welcome
we
aboard
can't say
the
training,
Captain
but it's like
Black Box
hands-on
Twitch
on the
channel
real
subscriber
aircraft. So you go and
Could new subscribers
you know, have a look
please
at the
make
real
your way to the
aircraft,
first
go
class
through
cabin, where complimentary drinks,
yeah,
snacks
the
and
complete
premium
aircraft,
flight
look at
entertainment will be
the
served.
safety equipment,
Thank
etc.,
you.
etc.
Evening Black Box. Congrats to your transition. Wish you all the best for your new chapter.
Thank you so much, Captain Kojak, and thanks for the 12 months as well. That's 1 year of support here. Thanks to Twitch Prime, and thanks for the kind words. Yes, thank you. I'm looking so much forward to it. Avenger, yeah, it's security. Well, I mean, it's security in the sense of kind of, you know, training, all of the system setups, etc. Yes, exactly. So Hayden, exactly. It's a very good question. So people always wonder. So your first landing in the real aircraft, is that going to be with passengers on board? And the answer is yes. So my ever first real world 787 landing will be a normal flight, A to B. It could be Frankfurt to Munich. It could be Frankfurt to the US or something. I don't know yet. So, but that's definitely going to be with passengers on board. Yeah. Yeah, so MCK, they've never done that. No, you would never do a jump seat flight. At least at our company, we don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus, the base training I had was as a first officer on the 737. That was the last time I had base training. So what that means is doing, you know, practice landings in the real aircraft. So no passengers on board, just trainees, and you do your landings on the real aircraft. No, we don't do that anymore. Yoda, no. You don't want to scare the passengers, right? I mean, you know. Yeah, exactly. So after flight school, so that's a different matter. So I think, Erin, I think it's very important for a completely new pilot, so a flight student that comes into flying an airliner in real life for the very first time in his life, then I think it makes sense to do base training. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys the videos, and you're gonna love those because the sounds are phenomenal. So let me have a look at this one here first. Hold on. Need to do the setup of that first. Hold on. Where's my sounds? Sounds. Sound setup. Volume mixer. And that goes to... Let me put that to aux 2. So let's see if that works. Yeah, you can hear that. Okay, so pump up the volume. That. So that was from a 321 with IAE engines. And yeah, so someone special recorded that. Oh, let me dial down the sim sounds. Man, this is or at least the GSX. There we go. Right, I love that spool up, right? Yeah, the weather was horrible. It was raining cats and dogs yesterday. Love that sound. Did I fly all 3 sectors? MCK, no, I flew 2 of them. So I've, you know, obviously the very last flight I wanted to do, of course, and then I did the first one as well. Stepke, hey. Oh, greetings to Canary, yeah. No, so Stepke, I said at the beginning of the stream, I said I wasn't sad. No, I just couldn't. Yeah, I just did not have. Yeah, no real emotional connection. So, unfortunately, right. Well, I mean, if you call that emotional, and then of course, I did want to fly the last sector of my rotation. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Oh yeah, and today we had huge chaos in the UK. Did you see that? From about noontime to about 6 in the afternoon or something. Yeah, lots of flights cancelled. Something went wrong with the flight planning software there for the NATS. Yeah, that was crazy today. Right, this is another. So this is beautiful. So this is the rotation. Look at the condensation effect. Thrust reduction. The wing flex, lovely. Careful rotation. Well, I'd hate to do a tail strike on my very last day, right? Gearbox. What do you mean gearbox? You mean like the Neo? No, it doesn't. Brennell, no. So Bruno says the system which converts the Eurocontrol flight plans into the NATS had crashed. Blimey, and it took them so long to recover. Nice. Okay, guys. So for today's flight, we're going to do something I've done in real life a couple of days ago.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box.
There we go. We were talking about you earlier.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served.
No,
Thank
not
you.
pilot edge. Dang it. Hang on. There we go. Oh, that's the one. Hey, Albico. Buenas noches. How are you doing? No, Danny, you don't need to do that in the real aircraft. A big thanks for the 69 months. I hope you are well. No, we talked about cycling, and we talked about how I heard that you and Yorda got something going there. Yeah, so Airbus, like I said, it was obviously it was special, yes, but I had a very special crew as well. So my cabin crew, my first officer, they were really cool people, very nice, lovely people. So that was very special. Why do I have bad FPS now? What's happening to the FPS? 50. Just noticing the frame drops here. That's weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's why. We're on VATSIM. Oh, okay, guys. So I need to do something here real quickly. I just need to check whether or not we have 07 in use, because otherwise I'm going to go fly offline. The reason being is that I want to fly from 18 to runway 07, because that's literally the shortest flight we have in our routing system. Let me go here. So that's pretty much crosswind. It was 07 all day. Yeah, I don't see the ATIS there though. Why is it not giving me ATIS in Stuttgart? Because they have Stuttgart approach online. Yeah, no, 07. I've got the ATIS now, so 07, perfect. So, the thing is this. Oh, what's happening to the FPS? Blimey. Come on. So, it's one of the shortest flights we have in our routing system. And my personal record is 17 minutes. And a couple of days ago, we had about 19 minutes flight time. So it's a very quick flight. It really is. You can climb downhill into the sea. Right, yeah, cool. So, let me have a look at the flight plan real quickly. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to have a bit of tailwind, yeah, on that flight, and then you just really you go as fast as you can.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first
So
class
this
cabin,
value there,
where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
yeah, MCK, we are between 5 to 7. It hasn't really changed much, MCK, since at least not this year. Hey, Flying Paul, almost 2 years. Flying Paul, thank you so much for your support as well. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so this is the thing. If you look at the overall distance, it gives you 137 miles. Now, be aware, that is including departure, full departure, and full arrival. I've not seen, MCK, I've not seen a flight plan in our routing system with cost index of 40. So this is what I mean. So when you plan 25, obviously it plans the full arrival routing for runway 25, but it's 07 in use today. So literally go outbound, and then if there's not much traffic in Stuttgart, what you get normally is you get a direct to Delta Sierra 412. All right, so that's what we did, and then you just go straight from departure route at some point down to Delta Sierra 412. No, Brenold. So we're not allowed to do any VFR flying, Brenold. So the only thing we're allowed to do is visual approaches, but we're still even when we shoot visual approaches, we are under IFR flight rules. So we never cancel IFR, right? Oh yeah, so same thing for Lisbon to Porto. Yeah, pretty much the same deal then. Yeah, and if you go into the MCDU, and if you go and put Stuttgart. Oh yeah, and by the way, Stuttgart, we have a new scenery from RDPresets. I got gifted that scenery, so we have a good look at it. It looks really nice. Hey, Hot Piezo, how you doing? Oh, sorry, Faro, not Porto. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Lisbon to Faro. Yeah. Sorry. Hey, Nelio, good evening. Yeah, so look at the difference between that 85 miles and the flight plan 137 miles, right? So, so when you brief your cabin crew in this kind of setup where you have 1-8 departure and 07 arrival in Stuttgart, you will tell them exactly, Flying Paul, perfect. You will tell them two things. One, flight time around about 20 minutes, maybe less, and no service at all. So why not? Well, by the time we reach 10,000 feet, sometimes you only go up to 15,000 feet. In this case, it's a parabolic flight profile. So you go up and you go straight down again. And since we have to switch on the seatbelt signs 15 minutes prior to landing, well, we can't switch off the seatbelt signs. So they remain on, right? And that means my cabin crew won't be doing service. Yeah, so Stuttgart's got light rain, no significant cloud, 10. Yeah, wind a little bit northwesterly, but still good enough for 07. Frankfurt 040 at 6, a bit tailwind for 18, but that's plenty of buffer, so we can go depart 18, that's fine. And alternates back to Frankfurt. That's what we normally would do in real life as well. So alternate Frankfurt, perfectly fine. Planned takeoff fuel, we've got a bit of extra, 400 kilograms, but we don't really need that because, you know, we're not flying the full routing, so that...
Lufthansa 2 Papa in on the Bombi, flight level 200, timing flight level 350.
Just change that. So the 4.2 is plenty of fuel. Sometimes we would actually do a tankering, meaning we would fuel up for the return flight as well. If you're interested in how that is done, let me just show you that, because I already calculated the return flight. And so Stuttgart, Frankfurt. So what we would get on our flight plan, we would get somewhere at the bottom. We would get tankering recommended due to pricing. And here, for example, today, it would tell you if you take extra fuel, you lose $15 theoretically per ton of extra fuel. So sometimes, let's say you have tankering recommended, it will give you a value there. Tankering set the gain, let's say $120 for how much would that be? About yeah, 1.3 tons. Yeah, so so with that value, you can then make up your mind if it makes sense for you to do tankering. What are the advantages of tankering apart from saving a bit of money for the company? Well, you're gonna be needing less time for the turnaround, so there's no refueling required. Theoretically, you could board quicker. Although these days, you can board while fueling. It's not a big deal anymore these days. So yeah, go with friend. If it makes sense, yes, so go with friend, because literally, especially if it's a hub as well, you would then go fly back to the hub. Yeah, if it's such a short flight. Yeah. Would you take fuel if it's dirt cheap, even if you don't need it? What do you mean if you don't need it? I mean, tankering is fuel that you don't need for the first flight, so it's extra fuel in the tanks. Yeah, I mean, Munich would be flying pole, but normally, I think I would even think Stuttgart Munich may be a bit longer than Stuttgart Frankfurt. So, but normally, yeah, Frankfurt would be our alternate airport in that case. Good. So, if you have tankering recommended, what you would find on your flight plan is the trip fuel value for the return flight, and also the alternate final reserve fuel min-con. So you would get a planned takeoff fuel value without any extra. And what you do then to find out how much fuel you need for the return flight, well, you would simply just do a simple maths saying that fuel value for the return flight plan has a certain alternate airport included, right? So you would look for the value regarding how much fuel would you have at touchdown at the destination. I mean, if that's 2.4, that's an hour remaining flight time. So then I would not take any extra fuel on top of that. If the weather is good, and I've got 2 runways there, I would probably not even take much extra for the return flight either. So So if the return flight value is 5.2 block, because I need 200 kilograms taxi fuel, that's not included here. So 5 tons block, I would just simply add, well, I don't think we would even add much on that. So let's say return flight is 5 tons block. I just simply add the trip fuel value on top of that. So it's going to be 6.3. Then I need to taxi out and taxi in fuel. So let's say another 400 kilograms. So 1.7 tons on top of the 5, so that would be about 6.7 más menos, right? For the tankering in this case. Tankering is discretionary for the captain to decide, or the flight crew decide on, so we don't have to do tankering. The company, of course, would like us to do tankering, but in the end, it's us that decides whether or not we do that. Oh, that's a nice feature. Okay, so cool. So you can actually scribble on the PDF now. Cool. Yeah. Well, the thing is, so MCK, we don't fill out flight the OFPs anymore. So we have we have a different fuel page in the EFB. Yeah. Well, MCK, there are cases. So let's put it this way, MCK. So let's say, for example, I get a flight plan where I have an hour 30 flight time, and it says tankering recommended, and you save $73. Right? Then I don't tanker. I don't burn, I don't know how many 100 kilograms of extra fuel by having that weight on board and you know, polluting the air with so much CO2 just to save $73. I don't do that. No. We don't do paper copies anymore. No, we don't do paper copies. No. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and quickly fill out the MCDU. Let me check the overhead panel. APU is on already. That's fine. And we'll do seatbelts on. That's good. Yeah, we have the same here in Germany with the Swabs, Schwäbisch. So we're not Catalan or Scottish. Lord. All right, cool. So let's go init page first of all. So we are Lufthansa 132. Oh, do we have? Hang on, we've got ground. So I should do. Oh, what was the website again for the TOBT? Or is that only for the Friday events or Frankfurt events? Let's do the wind request. Thank you much, MCK. Legend, thank you. So I'm going to fill that out. Searching for call sign. Yeah, and then we'll do, so got cruising level. I'm going to put 150 in here because I honestly don't think we're going to get up any higher. We should have our final values here as well. So I'm going to go with Atsu. Well, it says searching for call sign. I am logged in. I filed a flight plan. Oh, I didn't update the time because we're not in real time, are we? We're at 15:21. Although, I mean, we could go real time, couldn't we? Unless it's like Mars red, then maybe not, but... Alright, yeah, let's go real time. Perfect, real time it is. So, departing, it says 1820, we got, is it 7? Yeah, almost 7 UTC. So I'm going to update the time. Let's do this to 1910. I think we'll be ready by then. There we go. So fueling, we've got... How come we don't have all boarded? What's this? Right, let me just load the... Negative LMC. What's happening here? GSX, blimey. Right, let's do it this way then. So we're going to go... MCD Atsu. No, actually no options, right? So I'm going to go config fuel 4,300, let's say, and we had 130 passengers, I think, planned, and it says 54.5. What do we have here? 56.7. All right, I'm going to put in. Let's put in 2,000 kilograms of cargo then. Right, there we go. That's close enough. So we got 60.8. Cool. So let's do those values then. So we got 56.5. And we should have CG 29.3 then. Although I'll check again. 4.3. There we go. And yeah, but that's not zero fuel. That's gross weight for takeoff. So 30.5 it is. 0.5. There we go. Good, and then that should be fine. The alternate is Frankfurt. The alternate fuel is supposed to be, according to the flight plan, is supposed to be 1.4, let's say. So I'm going to put 1.4 in here. So we've got about 11 minutes extra fuel. That's fine. Cool. Frankfurt departure. Let's do 1.8, obviously. We got the Aniki to Lima. Hey Blanche, how you doing? It can't be an old Iraq. Hold on. No. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What do you mean if I update it? Oh, 21. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Right. Oh, I hate this sometimes. Blimey. Anyways. You made the same mistake. Oh. Right, I'm just gonna check the waypoints here, guys. If it's the same waypoints, I don't really care. No, of course you wouldn't do that in real life. I'm just find that. Import Frankfurt, Stuttgart. Charts. Where's my SID? Aniki. Come on, guys. This can't be real. Here we go, Aniki to Lima. Right, there we go. So it's going to be waypoints. I'm just going to check those with MCDU. So waypoints are... so we're going to go with 800 feet, Delta Fox 101. Oh, Delta Fox 101 and then Aniki. All right, let's try that. Keep your fingers crossed that we can insert those waypoints. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just wondering, this seems to be all kind of messed up. Yeah, I don't want to restart the sim. I don't want to update and restart everything. At least not for the first flight. We can do that for the second flight, but the first flight. I don't even see the Aniki to Lima in here. Where is it? It's supposed to be 1031C. Hang on, 10? 3C. Oh, there we go. Found it. Cool. All right, there we go. Right. Dang it. I'm literally thinking about just simply going... conventionally on that. Okay, that is in. Okay, that's weird. So Delta Fox 137 is in. I mean, we don't have to fly to that on the Aniki to Lima, but then we've got 101. Why don't I have Delta Fox 101 in here? Maybe, however, maybe that's read. Maybe MCK can confirm. Let's check this. That looks pretty much the same, isn't it? That's about how many miles away? 18 miles? And then it should be track 182 to Aniki. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I will go with that. Yeah, they won't know the difference. Yeah, it should be read, right? Yeah, that's it. So good. So, okay, so from there it's going to be Neklo, etc. Karlsruhe. Well, theoretically, but we know that it's not going to be that. Hopefully, we get it direct to the Delta Fox, Delta Sierra. Was it 412 or something? Nevertheless, we're going to enter initially the ILS 07 with the BATSO 07 transition, and then we have that waypoint on here as well, 412. There we go, perfect. That will do just fine. Right now, we'll put read in here. Bam, and then we're going to go copy active real quickly. Echo Delta at the Foxtrot. It's 07 here as well, so we're going to take 7 center, no star, no via. Store the active. Oh, come on. Is that broken? Or maybe it never worked, and I didn't remember. Who knows? So then we're going to go and work out the take performance. So runway is going to be dry. It's going to take 18, obviously.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Good morning, afternoon, evening and night.
Thank you so much, Nick. How are you doing? Oh, actually, you know what? We got to calculate mic intersection. If 07 is in use, I've got to calculate mic intersection because. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for the 74. How are you doing, Nick? I hope everything's good with you. You're busy as usual. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Starting out career, of course, you're going to be busy. So that's the overall view. So what we're going to do is calculate from taxiway mic, so that we have the separation a little bit more for the wakes coming in from aircraft 7 right. So parking stands east. There we go. So we're parked Alpha 18, I think it was. Yeah, Alpha 18 is where we're parked. Pushback, then very likely. Well, it could be November 7 or November 8 for taxi out. And then we go November. Careful, November 10. And then, yeah, it'll be either November or if there's approaching traffic 07 right, then we might be asked to take intersection mic. So always calculate that. Yeah, Buddy, hey, how you doing? Yeah, Buddy, we talked about it at the beginning because I was a bit talking about what gets me upset, or, you know, why I'm relieved to leave the short range. And I said, I have a huge feeling of relief leaving the short range because of all that chaos going on. The amount of work that I've done over the last couple of months, you know, to the point of exhaustion, and so that poll they did, and I think 7,000 pilots answered and did the complete poll. And the results are, well, they are worrisome. In essence, they're saying that a lot of companies, a lot of airlines don't do enough to prevent fatigue. And actually, these airlines are, all airlines in Europe are required to have systems in place for fatigue monitoring, for fatigue prevention, etc., etc. So Yeah, that report is hair-raising, yeah. We'll do packs off, yeah, unless I forget, obviously. So packs off, takeoff 18, 68 flex down 0.2. So there we go. Briefing. So we're departing 18, taxi out, hotspots we talked about. First cleared altitude will be 4,000 feet. Then sector in the south, it's usually 3.5. I think the chart only shows 4,300 now as a sector altitude. But with contour layers, 2,700 usually is safe, depending on your position. But yeah, according to the chart, 4,300, which is pretty high as an MSA. But yeah, you can see the white area, highest obstacle 2,000 feet. So 3,000 feet would keep us safe in the white band. So this wouldn't be safe, but the white area would be safe in 3,000 feet. Extra fuel, about 400 kilograms, 11 minutes for Stuttgart. Hotspots taxi out November 10, hold short, usually for aircraft coming on from 25 right or 77 left on November 11. Engine out sit, so that's pretty much straight out runway track, 25 miles. Today it will be 177. Let me just enter that. So Frankfurt 18, 177. Out to 25 miles. Engine acceleration is increased 2,500 feet. That's good enough for a right turn after the engine is secured. For downwind 07 right or center. If we're on fire, we'll stay at 2,500. Otherwise, we climb 4,000. Do a normal pattern. ILS, like I said, center or 7 right is good. Specials, threats, short flight time. So what can we do, guys? What can we do to counteract higher workload? What can we do to optimize workload on this very short flight? Again, expected flight time is round about somewhere in the region, just maybe a little bit less than 20 minutes. Yeah, that's one thing you could do. Already prepare the charts. Would you brief, so MCK, let me ask you this. Would you brief the approach already in Stuttgart? Let the FO do all the work. That's the best suggestion I've heard all day. Thank you. Yeah, prepare the charts. Excellent. Excellent. You wouldn't do the briefing? No, neither would I, MCK, because we have our new briefing concept. We have a new briefing concept, obviously, where you prepare during cruise flight just prior to top descent. That's a transition chart already. Cool, that's what's done. What I would already do, maybe, is already fill in the data for the landing performance application. All right. You're going to have to recalculate during the flight or recheck regarding the weights and the pressure, temperature, etc., etc. So, but yeah, MCK, I agree on that. Yeah. So we could go flight plan. We got takeoff weight around about 60.6. We said trip fuel was only about 1.3. So let's say 1.2. Or actually, let's do this conservatively. So let's just say 60 tons landing weight. All right, so 60 tons. It'll be config full, automatic low, auto thrust off, idle or no reverse. There we go. So you could already, if you wanted to, it's going to be wet because it's light rain there. So you could already calculate that.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers
yeah,
please make your way to the first class cabin?
But it's such a short flight time. I mean,
premium
less than 20 minutes
will be served. Thank you.
Hey, Oliver. Good evening.
22 and counting. Hope all had a great summer and BB enjoy life on 787.
Thank you very much, Alpha, for that. Big round of applause. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And hope you're doing well. Thank you, Alpha. So specials, short flight time, threats maybe, VFR traffic, airspace echo. But apart from that, I don't see anything anything worth mentioning there. So we'll do the cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity. Oops. Fuel quantity 4,260 kilograms balanced. Seat belts on. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to check the weather here. Let's check the ATIS real quickly. 1012. Thought something was wrong. And ADIRS, NAF, and the fuel, no, the barrel ref is QNH 1012. That's the cockpit preparation checklist completed. Options, sim settings, there we go. So we go cabin lights off, linked, and I don't want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, and I want that. Brake fence, safe. Cool. Oh, I didn't save that, why not? Yeah, well, buddy, it's personal preference, isn't it? I personally don't like 340 that much, so for me, first choice would have been 747. Oh, now I got TUBT. That's fine. So what time is it? 1920. Let's do 1925. Let's see what we get. So an AQ2 Lima as planned, TSET 9025, fantastic. Good, so let's go get the clearance. So we're going to go with ATC request, no, pre-departure clearance. ATIS information, let's just check that one more time here in Frankfurt. Information November, so we're going to go November in here. Gate Alpha 18, station Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot, I would assume, yeah. And then we go good. Just go good. Good. Put that in there and send that off. Good. All right. Yeah, so the EIS-1, yeah, a lot of cockpits are very loud. However, there's modified fans, equipment cooling fans. So sometimes the cockpits aren't actually that loud in the EIS-1. there's no water cooling. Right, let's see. Request received, stand by. We'll do that. We'll stand by. Standing by. Nice. Look at that 747 there. Oh. Hey, Oliver. Thanks so much. Blimey.
Thank you for your kind donation, and please join us on the captain's table.
Oliver donated 787, so €7.87. That's really kind. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the wonderful hours of infotainment. Best of luck for the transition to the 787. Big fan of your channel.
Thank you so much, Oliver. I hope to do more in the future on my channel. So definitely will be some good infos coming on the 787. And who knows? Maybe we do get a very nice modded, new 787 here at some point. But definitely we'll keep you up to date. And yeah, we can all learn together some cool stuff about the 787. Oh, I was going to check while we're waiting for the clearance. I was going to check the flight time from LA to Honolulu, because of course there's a new scenery out from Builds, and so what's Honolulu is KPHL or something. No, that's Philadelphia. What's hang on, what's Honolulu? PHNL, thank you. PHNL. Thank you much, Giftback. So that's 2,200 miles. Shall we do a 787 flight this Saturday? Together, long range flight from LA to Honolulu. And I'll stream that. So that should be about, what, 4.5 hours? Somewhere in that region? So what's happened to my clearance? Guess we have to call him. Received messages. Clearance. 12185.
Lufthansa 3 Charlie Tango, du stehst mit einem anderen Flieger auf dem gleichen Gate, dadurch die Version. Cleared Hamburg, Maroon 5 Echo Departure Route, Flight Land Route, climb via SID 5000.
No standby duty that day, no. So officially, that will be my first self-study day. And I promise I will study. But then we've got some time in the afternoon or evening.
Affirmed, startup is not approved. Lufthansa 3 Charlie Tango.
Dubai is next, nice.
Ocean 132 Alpha, contact Frankfurt Tower, 119.9, Kundenflug.
119.9, schönen Abend.
Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. So, we're cleared, Stuttgart, 18, Aniki to Lima, climb 4000, squawk 1000.
Whiskey, Lima 17.
Next freeze 12185, we've got that. And request startup. We'll do that.
Alles klar, der 189er, Lufthansa 8 Whiskey Job.
And the Lufthansa Cargo 8264 is taxi.
Lufthansa Cargo 8264, contact, disregard, taxi, volume point runway 184 November.
181 November, Lufthansa Cargo 8264.
Frankfurt Ground, good EV. The Lufthansa 132, stand Alpha 18, ready for startup.
Lufthansa 132, startup approved.
Start approved, Lufthansa 132.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
He's a bit quiet. Let me just update that a bit more.
Lufthansa, Fragthemabereich on Block. Vielen Dank euch allen, Frankfurt-Team. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.
Good. Right, clearance is confirmed. Fantastic.
Departure check completed. Pipe has been inserted.
Lufthansa 132, stand Alpha 18, requesting push.
Lufthansa 132, pushback approved, Area 1.
Push approved, Area 1, Lufthansa 132. Right, now I've got to make sure I can see area 1 there. That's here. See that there? It's a bit
looking here.
Frankfurt ground, Gude, Lufthansa
a bit blurry at the end.
requesting Alpha clearance to Bologna.
Lufthansa 5 kilo
FSC Chris, well, yeah, it's different, right?
Bologna, Niki 2 Lima departure route, flight en route, climb via SID 4,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Quick edit.
Information November, sorry, Lufthansa 5 today, information November, route Niki 2 Lima departure, climb via SID 4,000, squawk 1,000.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo, accurate.
Exiting from editing mode. Please
There
wait.
we go. Brakes released. Clear pushback area 1.
All engines clear. Started.
B4 start checklist. Parking brake off. Takeoff speeds thrust 128, 135, 135, flex 68. Windows, doors closed. Closed. And the beacon is on. There we go. Engine start. Fuel pumps are on. APU bleed available to start.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey legend, welcome. So what's that? 48 months. Blimey. Thank you so much for the 4 years. Hello, hello. Yeah, I am hoping to get back into DCS soon as well.
Lufthansa 320 Tango request push and start.
Lufthansa 3 Charlie Tango, stand by, echo you.
So just waiting for the, well, start off is closed. Engine 1 start. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. We'll do Saturday. Because I am actually, my wife is not in for the weekend, so she's out with her friends. So that would be a good time to do a long range flight with the 787.
They confirm startup is also approved Lufthansa 3 Tango.
Ah, yeah, 3 Charlie Tango, of course. Startup approved.
Yeah, Oliver, we mentioned it. There's a lot of chaos that happened there, right? Yeah, so Aricon, that question has come up several times, which is obviously a question that is different for different airlines. But for us, I at the time, and then when I became a captain, that was it. From there on, whatever aircraft I fly, I will do that as a captain. So I don't downgrade anymore to first officer. I'm aware, different airlines, different procedures. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen that you have to fly as a first officer again. That was down 0.2. That's 0. That off, and flight control check. Oops. So, flight control check, full up, full down.
Unlocking gear.
Neutral, full left, full right, neutral, and the rudder, full left, full right.
So just a whiskey holding, Lima.
Tomjet 2 another 1 whiskey, Frankfurt Apron, good day, taxi stand Victor 117, via November East and November.
Tow truck disconnected, bypass pin.
Taxi stand Victor 117 by November East, November 17.
Left is clear, right is clear.
You mean the dropping my controller, yeah. Oh my god, what's happening here again? Well, that's not everyone can do that. Balancing a 320 on your nose gear. GG's. Yeah, like a ballet dancer. Yeah. Hey, Frank, how you doing? Nice to see you. Right, just waiting for the all clear signal. Oh, look at that moon. Beautiful. Right, all clear. So after start checklist, we have anti-ice off. Ecam status is checked. Then we go pitch trim should be 29.3. There's a mark at 29.3, and rudder trim neutral or 0, I should say. That's the after start check is completed. You're doing well, Funk. That's good to hear. Lufthansa 132, request taxi.
Lufthansa 132, taxi holding point, runway 18 via November 8 and November.
November 8 and November holding point, runway 18, Lufthansa 132. So he didn't say hold before November 10. Where's left side? Left side clear, right side clear. Here we go. Brakes off. Some taxi lights on. Cockpit light off. And off we go. Yeah, so Airbus Enjoyer. We in our real world EFBs, we have a gradient calculator. So whenever we get into performance calculations, it will tell us if there is a limitation on takeoff or for the arrival. So the here's the brake check, pressure 0. So on the arrival we get the all engine go around or the engine failed go around gradients.
November 7, Lima,
I'm sure there will be tables available as well somewhere, but we don't use tables anymore. We have that in our calculators. Do you change the operator as well? Hayden, sorry for the late answer. No, I'm staying with my company. Right, radar on. There we go. Config test. I'm wondering about the display performance today because I put that back onto the iGPU in the app. I'm going to ignore that pushback truck there. Oh, guys, you know, I didn't tell you guys yesterday. It was so typical. So I finished my last rotation 320 yesterday. Met that wonderful person that followed along from Manchester to Frankfurt, and then had something to eat, and I went to my departure gate, and I sat there, and then they announced your flight to Bremen is cancelled. It got cancelled, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, big.
Yeah, right.
No, big.
Yeah, right.
No, big. Come on, give me that.
You've got to be kidding me.
Exactly. No, yesterday, well, apparently they had some thunderstorms near Frankfurt that caused issues again. Yeah, so my flight was cancelled, and I scrambled, and I flew to Hanover. And my wife picked me up there, luckily. So, but that was so typical. I actually had a ferry flight again on my last rotation because of all these flight cancellations. But I do enjoy these ferry flights. They're always exciting because normally they are on routings that we don't normally do. And that was the case there as well. So oh, I wish I could drive my own plane home, yeah. Taxi checklist, flight controls checked. Flap setting, config 1+F. Radar and predictability system on and auto.
Thanks for the service.
Engine mode selector, normal. ECAM memo takeoff, no blue. That's the text check is complete. Yeah, the thing is, you've got to be careful though. So my first officer never did a ferry flight before, and quite often, or most of the time, you'll do ferry flights without cabin crew. But this time, obviously, we had a cabin crew because the flight to that airport outside of our hub was with cabin crew, and then from that destination airport, we actually flew then ferry to the night stop airport. And so you got to be careful with a couple of things. One of them is the loading and the load sheet. So because we had a 321, we actually had to load ballast into the bulk compartment to keep the trim in limits. Hey, Continuum, nice to see you. Yeah, wie geht's? How are you doing? Big shout out to Continuum. I hope you're doing well. And Continuum, you know what? You flew the Conti. You flew the FS Labs. I was just to say Condor. The FS Labs Concorde. How is it? How long did it take you? Dankeschön, 99, Lufthansa 132. Schönen Abend. How long did it take you to get used to that?
Lufthansa 3 Charlie Tango identified. Unfortunately, nothing further at this time. Monitor Unicom, schönen Abend.
Okay.
Willkommen vor Lufthansa 3 Tango. Vielen Dank für den Service und einen schönen Abend noch. Ciao.
One could argue it's still not used to it, but a few flights. Okay, but you know, with the what's it called? The included flight engineer. I saw the flight planning was cool. So guys, if you have bought the Concorde, or you think about buying the Concorde from FS Labs for version 5 P3D, I think it's version 4 or version 5 P3D, but not version 6. Let me add that. He's done some streams, so have a look at those live streams he did. Tower down to Lufthansa 132 on November, ready for departure.
Lufthansa 132, Frankfurt Tower, wind 360 degrees, 4 knots, runway 18 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 18 cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 132. Could you repeat the wind, please?
360 degrees, 4 knots.
Thank you much, copy it. Hey, Airbus fan, how are you doing? And Silvus, now hang on, who did the bits? Agent B, thank you so much. Merging on the other part. Agent B, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you very, very much for that. Right, we set packs off. So lineup checklist, cockpit, no, cabin crew prepare for departure. We got takeoff runway 18 full length. We're going to take out the shift. TCAS, TARA, and pack 1 and 2 off. That's the... Oh, that's it. Lineup checklist completed. Let me go here as well. Cleared for takeoff. Wind from behind it. So we're going to go full nose down. 50%. Let the engine stabilize. Then we go quickly to 70%. And then ease forward to take off power. By the time we hit 40 knots, there we go. So we got Menflex SRS auto thrust blue. Thrust set. $100 knots checked. V1, rotate. Oh, they changed the rotation thing, alright? Pause the climb. Gear up. Enough. Beautiful.
Lufthansa 132 identified, nothing further, monitor Unicom, good night.
Monitor Unicom, Dankeschön, tschüss, die Lufthansa 132. Thrust climb, out blue, auto thrust. 22.8 is fine. Autopilot 1. Man, it's accelerating a lot slower. This is one of the things... So, with the update, they've changed some things regarding drag or thrust model. I would imagine more of the thrust model than anything else. I don't know. But yeah, it does behave a lot different now. And this is the kind of acceleration at this weight that feels unrealistic again, but that's just me. I don't know. Flap 0, speed check, flap 0. Yeah, pack, obviously. Test. My first officer's asleep again. Hey, Flying Fox, VATSIM, sorry for the reply there. So 4,000, no traffic on TCAS. We're going to go at 150 here. So thrust climb out blue, 15,000. Runway awareness, was it runway approach awareness system? No, it's runway... Yeah, what's it? RAS. Isn't it awareness alerting system or something? Set standard. Standard. Cross check. Passing 6-1 now. Checked. Or runway advisory and alerting system. Yeah, that could be that could be as well, yeah. I guess in the 787 we have that, so I'm sure we're going to learn about that again. It's been accelerating quite slowly for quite some time, okay. Do you feel the roll movement very sensitive just after landing a retraction and the flaps and takeoff config? I didn't notice anything special there, but I guess maybe if you have a lot of crosswind, maybe then that's what you'll notice. Yeah, we've got life weather. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Continuum, thank you much, Conti. Yeah. And Conti says the Concorde is much fun. He highly recommends it. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll try to get up to speed on that for the next stream on Thursday regarding the Concorde from FS Labs. So we said we're going to leave the signs on now. Do we have Stuttgart still online? Tower. I don't see them. But there's Stuttgart Approach still online. That's 25.5. Uh, 25.05 actually. 25.05. So we've got a 150 only, 150. Let me put this to below. Let's scan the area for aircraft. So I'm going to simulate what happens in real life. So by the time we're inbound to Aniki, what usually happens, we get to Langen radar and we often get direct Delta Sierra 412. Depends on traffic, yes, but let's pretend. Actually, let's copy active again first of all. So we're going to copy active. So we have a fallback, and then we're going to go direct Delta Sierra 412 out star. Because look at the distance, 120 miles at the moment with the full arrival routing. But if we do that, now we got 77. That pretty much almost cuts off 50 miles. And then we'll descend very soon. Now, preparations. So we're going to get the ATIS. Although I'm not sure if we actually still have ATIS. Let's try it. Yeah, Giftswerk, I think, I'm going to ask them, but I think what I've heard up to now is that the reason why the HUDs are disabled is because A, these aircraft are leased, and B, it requires extra training. So I think that may be another reason why they're deactivated. I personally am somewhat disappointed that they are. But, so 306, 13, clouds, few 301, and connection is going to be 11. So 13, 11. So now we probably get told off. Right, so 25.5, let's see. Stuttgart approach, good evening, Lufthansa 132, level 150.
Lufthansa 132, long radar, good evening. Information Oscar, expect vectors for ILS runway 07.
That's copied, expecting vector 07. Is there any chance direct Delta Sierra 412 at the present time, Lufthansa 132?
Lufthansa 132, proceed direct Delta Sierra 412, descent flight level 110.
Descent level 110, inbound to Delta Sierra 412. Dankeschön, die Lufthansa 132. Told ya. Thank you so much.
Do we get visit from your request? Start and pushback.
Yeah, well, you know. So we got vertical speed up blue 110. About 60 miles, so we're good on 1,000 feet per minute initially. So that. No, I have not. Come on. I've just been polite. Well, we do have 07 still in use, even though it may have, well, probably just crosswind. It's not even tailwind, so... so as expected, we're inbound for the ILS 07. Inbound to Delta Foxtrot, Delta Sierra 412, which was the final. Inbound 072, and the minimum's 1470. Yeah, we'll try config 2. I'm still not really happy with config 3. I did a little video about that. The pitch is just too low for that. And then it messes up the flare mode.
Delta Sierra Victor, advise able to depart from runway intersection.
Yeah, avoid config 3, right?
If I'm able to depart for intersection course, Delta Sierra Victor.
Delta Sierra Victor, Roger, taxi to holding point runway 07 via exit 3, Foxtrot Golf.
Taxiing to holding point runway 07 via correction via exit 3, Foxtrot Golf. Delta Sierra Victor.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at the RDPreset Stuttgart scenery. And again, this rotation is a lot of fun to fly. So it's a lot quicker than normal. So let's go through the preparations. Setup, we'll do RatNav, Sierra Tango Golf. And then we've already done part of the calculations. So let me just refine the the values. So got wet runway. Stuttgart ATIS Oscar says 13 degrees. 1011, and the wind is 300 at 6.
Radar Gude, Aberdeen 6 Alpha, Romeo descending flight level 60, information cleared.
Berlin 6 Alpha, Romeo, long radar.
So automatic low is fine. We'll go left off. Now, we're going to have to be careful.
Expect vectors ILS runway 03, descent to flight level 60.
There are still some works going on round about here somewhere. So we may have to go Delta Sierra back and then to the apron.
Lufthansa 132, descent flight level 70.
Descent level 70, Lufthansa 132. So, we're going to go. How many miles do we have?
Report ready for departure.
About 30. So let's go open descent here. So we've got thrust idle, up descent, out blue.
Delta Sierra Victor, wind 30.
So quick briefing, arrival. So we're on course to the final. Delta Sierra 412. Followed by the ILS 25. Sorry, 07, not 25, ILS 07. And the sector is the north 3,400, final 3,900. Missed approach, initially 4,200. Extra fuel. So we now should have a bit more extra fuel. 20 minutes, 7 kilograms. Hotspots for taxiing, none really. Anything else? So we're going to do a config full approach, automatic low, and idle reverse. Stop margin should be about, well, at least.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel
it should be about 600 meters at least. Stop margin.
Where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey, Carbon. Nice to see you.
Good evening, Smile. What's today's alternate? EDDF?
Oh, blimey, it's slowed down. Oh, no. Yeah, exactly. So, Carbon, first off, thank you so much for the 22 months. It activated the approach phase way too early. I didn't catch that. Thanks for 22 months. Yeah, it is actually Frankfurt Airport. Yeah, on this short flight.
Lufthansa 132, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descending 5,000, QNH 1011, Lufthansa 132. So set QNH.
Delta Sierra Victor,
QNH cross check, passing 8,700 now. Track mass 27. Yeah, we should be all right. Approach checklist. Bar row ref. QNH 1011. Seatbelts on. Minimum 1470 feet, auto brake low, and engine mode selector normal. Approach check is completed. So how many minutes? We've got 16 minutes. So like I said, in real life, my absolute record is 17 minutes from Frankfurt takeoff to touchdown Stuttgart. I guess we'll be around 20 minutes today, maybe 21.
Heathrow via Hotwire 1 kilo departure, flight plan route, climb 5,000 feet, and squawk 2040.
So vertical speed.
We have lead on Heathrow.
Let's slow down. 210.
Departure. Flight and route climb at 5,000 and squawk 2040 for Eurowings 2 Victor Kilo.
Eurowings 2 Victor Kilo, good back right.
Danny, in this case, we don't fly Kostenix. we fly fast. There's no defined Kostenix for that.
Lufthansa 132, turn left heading 100, cleared ILS runway 07.
Left heading 100, cleared the LS 07, Lufthansa 132, Dankeschön. So, we got heading, Gladslow Blue Lockpoo, Cat 3 Dual, Autopilot 1+2. Now, we got to be careful. We have to check whether or not we get the auto sequence at start.
NDB approach runway 03.
Speed managed, flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1. Touchscreen are a plague, yeah, I mean, the 787, that doesn't have touchscreens yet, but I think it's 777, right? That will have it. Good, descent point out of 5,000 would be around about 11.6 from the ILS. Flaps 2, speeds check, there's the runway. Flaps 2.
Lufthansa 132, descent 4,000 feet.
Descent 4,000, Lufthansa 132. Alright, it'll do that. Vertical speed, light, slow blue, still out blue, and 4,000. I'm going to go 160, no, 170, selected on the speed. Yeah, so it has auto sequence automatically, which is fine. So we still have the option to go nav mode in missed approach there. Lockstar. Could be, yeah, Lorith, yeah, it could very well be. So now the send point is at Vater.
Delta Sierra Victor, proceed direct Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Direct Kilo Bravo Alpha, Delta Sierra Victor.
Pre-selecting the tower frequency.
Berlin 6 Alpha Romeo, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1011.
The missed approach is... Oh, the missed approach proceeds within brief. Straight ahead 5,000 when crossing 7 miles. Or 5,000, whichever later. Left turn Lubbock. There we go. Lubbock in here as well.
2,500.
At start is correct. So we're going to go... I'm just going to wait a few more seconds. 19 minutes. Well, we're not going to break my personal record. V2 plus 10. I finished my last A320 flight yesterday, so I've got free time until Friday. Friday.
6 November Whiskey inbound reader with you at level 180.
Speed managed. Friday I start my type rating.
6 November Whiskey Long Radar identified information Oscar expect vectors ILS runway 07.
No, I didn't get water salute. Let's start. 5,000 missed approach is set. The water salute is more for you know, going into retirement. Yeah, definitely exciting times ahead, yeah.
Lufthansa 132, wind 200 degrees, 6 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Runway 07, clear to land, Lufthansa 132. So we're going to have a bit of shifting wind to the left.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo, descent 5,000 feet,
yeah.
1011.
But still shows you how quick that flight can go. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3.
Yeah, Berlin 6 Alpha
flaps
Romeo,
4, speed check, flaps 4. There we go, landing checklist, Ikamimo landing.
And Berlin
no blue.
6 Alpha Romeo, turn right heading 360, cleared ILS runway 03.
Did we read the approach checklist? Yeah, we did. Now. Cool. Everything's done. Let's do some hand flying here. Manual thrust. Manual flight. Cleared to land. RDPreset. New scenery. Stuttgart.
To jet 36 Romeo, proceed direct NATO.
Proceed direct NATO, to jet 36 Romeo.
Right, so one thing again, the pitch is just wrong. So config full So that should be more in the region of 2 degrees. Maybe 2.5. But yeah, on the horizon.
2 Victor Kilo, push and start approved, face west.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, you know, we're gonna wait until until version 2 is released. So block 1, version 2. No, is it version 2, block 2? That's it. So the second block with the new engine model, and then see how that pans out.
EC3 Mike Bravo, Long Radar, welcome back, radio 5x5. Berlin 6 Alpha Romeo, contact Baden Tower 134.1, happy landing, bye.
134.1, Berlin 6 Alpha Romeo, ich danke dir, schönen Abend.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo, turn left heading 090, cleared ILS, runway 07.
LS 090, cleared ILS 07.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey.
Yeah, he cleared us to land, yeah. He said wind 300 at 6, cleared to land 07. So we had a bit of tailwind, slightly high, let's correct that.
Minimum. EasyJet 3 Mike Bravo, start up.
Continue.
100. 2Jet 36 Romeo, no further ATC available, monitor Unicom 122.8.
30.
Flight
20, retard.
Unicom 122.8, back to service, ciao.
Did it bounce again? Right, we've got spoilers, reverse green, decel. Yeah, the glide slope, well we know that issue, right? Brakes are off. We know the issue with the glide slope mismatch and the PARPI mismatch. You usually go with the PARPIs because they are pretty much lined up with the touchdown zone, while the glide slope, I don't know how many airports I've seen where that just is completely messed up. It's really annoying.
Lufthansa 132, welcome to Stuttgart. Taxi second left on November.
Second left November. Dankeschön, Lufthansa 132. So let's taxi back.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey is disabled. We would like to request on the ground stand 4-2 or 4, correction, 5-2 or 5-4.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey, roger, no problem.
I got 60 FPS here, that's fine. Yeah, Tayun, I agree. I'd hate to do Cat 3 landings.
132, taxi next left via Echo and Sierra.
Echo Sierra, Lufthansa 132. So I guess he's simulating the closed off taxiway. Is that Echo there? Can't see that.
Lufthansa 132, taxi to stand 50 via Echo, Sierra, Lima 2 and Mike.
Echo Sierra, Lima 2 and Mike. And sorry, say again the stand for Lufthansa 132?
50.
50 the stand. Dankeschön, die Lufthansa 132. Yeah, so Echo, left, right, Sierra. Why is there no sign here? Echo.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo, you are a little bit too high. Advise able to land?
We'll continue with the landing with Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo.
Ay. A little bit high.
EC3 Mike Bravo, roger, stand by. EC3 Mike Bravo, taxi via hotel.
Oh, he's 5 miles out, 2,000 feet above us. That is a little bit too high, yeah. Ay.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo, wind 300 degrees 5 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Runway 07, clear to land, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo.
Steep approach incoming.
Eurowings 2, Victor Kilo, this is taxi.
Just
Eurowings 2, Victor Kilo, confirm you are face west.
I'm face east, Marshall.
Eurowings 2 Victor Kilo, roger, no problem. Taxi to holding point runway 07 via November, Golf, Sierra, Kilo.
Looks nice. I like the lighting here. That looks really cool. Look at that. Beautiful.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey Pistol, we would like to request 2 minutes of the cockpit.
So that's hotel.
6 November Whiskey.
Next one will be Lima 2.
To flight level 7.
Oh, he actually made it. I don't know how he made it, but blimey. GG.
Flight level 70, and what about our request?
Approved.
Thanks.
I don't know how he did it, but he did do it. GG's.
5,000 feet, QNH 101.
So stand 50 is in.
5,000 feet, QNH 101.
It's to the right. So Lima 2 to the right, Mike.
And Delta Sierra Victor via Kilo Bravo Alpha, cleared, published, RNP approach from base 03.
Delta Sierra Victor, request NDB approach runway 03.
It's a shame that we've.
Delta Sierra Victor.
Yeah, there we go. That's new markings as well. That's nice. Lima 2. Very good.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, cleared, published, NDB approach runway 03. Delta Sierra Victor, danke.
Oh, where's. He doesn't have 50 on there. Gotta be joking.
Kilo, thank you for help. Vacating the phone call.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo, welcome to Stuttgart. Taxi to stand 73 via November.
73 via November, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Kilo.
Lufthansa 6 November,
yeah,
back to
that's 50. So that's our stand.
Lufthansa 6 November, whiskey, roger.
But it's not on GSX yet. Okay, I need to update that file. Yeah, after landing checklist, radar system is off. That's the after landing checklist completed. Yeah, so guys, I've heard that there may be airlines that that say you should have the APU running for 2 minutes or 90 seconds before using the APU bleed. Our company doesn't have that limit. So I don't know exactly where that is coming from.
And all stations for information, Langradar is closing in 5 minutes.
Yeah, at least that's working. Fantastic. Cool. Parking checklist. We have parking brake or chocks. Parking brake is set. Engines off. Wing lights off and fuel pumps go off now. So actually we can switch off the APU. Good. The question is, should I reload the sim? Yeah, we can leave the stream running. I can show you maybe a little video somehow from where I land. I'll restart the sim because I need to update the database. I'm going to have to disconnect from VATSIM anyways because I need to file the flight plan. So do a return as well. Quick return.
You're wings to Victor Kilo, wind 300 degree.
What?
Passengers deboarding.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. So I would also want to update the database. Let's see, what can we give you?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch
Hey,
channel
Voyager,
subscriber
moin, wie geht's dir?
experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin?
How dare you.
Complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
A quick hello to a retiring A320 Captain Kappa. How dare you? Lol.
Thanks so much, Voyager. Thanks for 24 months. How are you doing? Wie geht's dir? Having it on for a bit might be possibly clean up before pumping air. Well, Lorith, so I remember that it was an issue on the 737. It was an issue
Welcome
back then.
aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber
Hey, Underwood.
experience.
Thank you so much as
Could new
well.
subscribers please
Yeah,
make your way
so
to the
because
first
there
class
is
cabin,
supposed to be
where complimentary drinks,
done
snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served.
so that it stabilizes
Thank you.
the
Time runs so fast.
It does. It does. So the APU was run at idle for a certain time before using bleed air because that would then increase the EGT again. So the idea was to thermally stabilize the turbine section in that APU. No worries, Voyager. Yeah, I'm doing well. So one of the biggest questions, or the most asked question today, was whether or not I would be somewhat sad to leave the A320, or if I was emotional leaving the A320. Yesterday I had my last flight, for those that haven't heard yet.